I'm Mark.
I'm Justin.
And we're My Loving Tiger.
We started this band 17 years ago. Now we're back.
And on a mission to revisit, re-record, and re-release every song we've ever written.
So come and join us.
Hello and welcome back to the channel.
In this video, you'll see the first of a three-part saga in recording guitars.
When we record guitars, we take the song and break it apart into pieces. Just like we explained in the bass video, we record the verse, and then we record the second verse, the third verse, and then we'll record the chorus. I mean, not necessarily in that order, but we pick a section, stick to it, record it, that it shows up. Every time it shows up, we record it, and then we move on to the next section. Every time that section shows up, we record it.
We also have, in this record, we're exploring this tone concept of light and dark. So on one side of the mix, you'll have a light sounding guitar, it'll be bright. And on the other side, you'll have a more muted, dark sounding guitar. Mm-hmm. And so when we record all the parts, we go dark verse 1, dark verse 2, dark verse 3, start over, bright verse 1, 2, because we have to change the microphones on the mixing desk to be a different set of microphones. So when we're over there pressing on the mixing desk, you don't see it because it's invisible to you, but it's changing which microphones are activated. So you'll have close mic, room mic, compressed mic, and you'll have all these different blends that when you press the button, that's what's changing. Mm-hmm. So when we say bright mics, we're changing which microphones are appearing.
We also break the guitar parts in themselves up. If we have a picking part, we will, I think specifically in
the choruses, we'll have the chord being played, and then we'll also play through it like arpeggiating, picking through it.
Right, we'll hit the full strum of the chord, we'll come through, we'll just strum the first note of each part, and then we'll come back and pick through that chord as well, and just break it up into little pieces so that we can control the layering and the clarity, so you can really put the strumming of the downbeat right clear up front, and then you can pull back all of the rest of the picking through the rhythm part, just to enable us to control it a lot more, and also make it easier for us to play guitar and play the part.
Right.
Instead of your hands sliding all over and you get squeaking noises, struggle of the pick sound, the constant like raking of the pick across the strings, clanging of the strings. It just alleviates all those sonic problems that show up in the mix and the recording.
Right. Sometimes we break up the parts because we want to layer the parts, and sometimes we break up the parts because it's a recording technique to not get in between sounds. So like if you just want to hear the full chord being hit, you don't want to have any holes between the next chord being hit. So then you'll record that as just the chord, and then just the chord, and then just the chord, which will sound ridiculous to you as it gets put together, but then when it's all together, it makes sense.
When you hear the raw audio in the video, it will be confusing. It won't sound like a song, and then once you put everything together, you get the complete picture of the guitar part. But with the raw video that you'll see, it can be quite confusing.
And in this video, you'll also hear the click track running the whole time.
Yes, always the click track. The click track's in almost every video, and it's loud. And that's what we deal with in the studio too. That's what we hear. We're hearing the click track over and over and over constantly the whole time we're there. We actually hear it so much that you don't even hear it. You completely tune it out and forget that it's even on.
So what you'll hear is what we hear. You'll hear the guitar coming through the speakers, you'll hear us talking, and you'll hear the click track blaring the whole time. Recording guitars on this record was a real trial. We recorded all the guitars one time through and then realized that the guitar wouldn't stay in tune. Like when we went back and listened, we had to throw all those takes away. And then when we came back to record them again, I had everything set up. And when Justin showed up, the amp blew up. Yep. And then we
tried to record through a different amp.
Right.
And we just couldn't get the tone and sound that we did before or that we wanted. So then we threw away that second round of guitars and came back a third time.
Right,
with the amp fixed.
Yeah, by then the amp was fixed. And so then we did a third round of guitars.
Where we switched to my guitar, which is a 1987 Strat made in Japan that would stay in tune the whole time.
Right, by then we were very gun shy about switching guitars, and so we just stuck with the same guitar. You'll see on this whole record we use the same guitar because we just didn't want to have that tuning issue again.
So let's take a look at part one of guitars. Guitars, take 100.
Let's try 4 and see.
4, here we go.
Oh, I'm counting it half as...
Yep, ready?
1, 2, 3, 4. Was I late?
Nope.
8 is easier. There we go. coded the key here. Now we do the last notes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
See that one again? Oh, draggy. Getting too relaxed.
We should line it up. I'm not saying don't line it up.
For dread's sake, for copy paste sake.
Is that one late? That one's really
This one's
late.
super late. I mean, I don't
You don't feel it?
really feel it. Do you?
I think there is something
I
where...
just want to like hit the downbeat.
Yeah, you don't want to always be like...
Okay, let's listen to that.
More time.
I think a lot of it is just not hearing the ramp up on that first note. Starts to give you that. It's leading you in and making you feel like you're already behind, like out of the gate. And then we'll have to do our classic strum attack here. Do you need to strum?
No, everyone else strums. I don't think I need to strum there.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
That felt easier.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're dragging out those last 2 notes. There we go. Yep. Last chord. Here we go. Same thing. Just slowing down as we get. Here we go.
Those felt a little bit tighter.
That sounds good though.
They're a little quiet because I'm trying to not like...
Right, lay into it.
Yep.
Here we go. The old single note. Ready for the bridge? 8 clicks.
Oh, what cabin did I do? I lose where I
You
was?
skipped one, yeah. That's fine. Well, here we go.
1, 2.
Why are you only playing 3? 4 of them. Here we go.
1, 2.
Sounds like we're getting like a weird like warble. Like a D tune, like a ring modulator. Let's do it all again. It's in almost all of them.
Is it because that one's like...
Doesn't sound like tuning.
Yep.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That sort of like ring modulator sound.
Yeah, I think there's like a little bit of like open string or something happening.
Listening. First 4 sounded spot on. Like even like lengthwise, like the cut off right in the right spot, like. It's like a real quick tremolo.
Yeah, do you think it's maybe the string we're getting rolling or something? There's like a resonance in it. I mean, the first 4 did sound the best. So
Yeah,
I mean,
the first 4 sounded great.
So maybe just use those.
Well, they're doing the same thing.
Okay.
Do you need to hear these ones?
I don't know.
I'll punch you in and out. We'll do it on a real pro level. Professional punching in and out.
having to pick different on this whole record because my normal way of picking is causing weird noises. Because normally I play it like that. That gets all those huck, huck, huck. So I'm just
ready. Okay, here we go.
One, but some of those other ones felt good.
Screwed up that first one too. I think I cut the first one too short too. Punched out too fast.
Yeah, you definitely punched out too soon on that one. First one. 1, 2.
Is there a string that's out of tune that's like getting hit? But are you getting some of that open that string in there?
I mean, they're muted when
I know, but what's the tuning on that string? It's in, yeah.
That's why I checked that.
Weird.
I mean, a 7 beats against itself.
I understand,
but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It sounds like.
Do you think it's because it's? Yeah. Do you think it's something in the amp? Like, is the amp getting like an oscillation where you're like the string reverb is like?
That's really weird that it.
Because it's percussive, and that's gonna make the string reverb go like.
Sure, I understand, but we've never had that, have we? I've never heard it like that, where it's going.
Yeah. There's also been weird mystery sounds that have disappeared later. They're like weird converter things where it's like, oh.
Yeah. All right, let's do these slides.
Started to hit it too hard.
They're harder still, but they're less hard than before.
Should I play the rhythm part harder?
No, definitely not. Then you're just gonna start getting chick.
Yeah. Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
So that was part 1 of guitars.
If you have any questions or comments about our process or our guitar tones, please leave your feedback below.
So head over to Spotify or listen here on YouTube to the final version of Write Your Local Congressman. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Also, don't forget to follow us on all socials.
See you in the next video with part 2 of guitars.